Tuesday has got a quality comedy lineup with Whites followed by Harry and Paul from 9. Tonight's offering now, though, on BBC Two, which contains some strong language and adult humour.
Welcome to the last in the current series of Mock the Week, where over the last 2 weeks we've elected a new Labour leader, welcomed the Pope and won a lot of money on the cricket. Tonight we'll be looking back at some series highlights, outtakes and stuff you won't have seen before. Hope you enjoy it. In other news, what's made police officers in Sussex angry this week?
Oh, this is fantastic. There's a leaflet out telling them how to wear their uniform. Genuinely true, this. Apparently they've been told you've got to put your socks in and tuck your shirt in, and then you'll catch the paddies. This is... It implies there are policemen in West Sussex walking around like that. We're going to get the bad man. Any second now, we're going to get the bad man, you know? I think it's great. I think we should do more patronising leaflets for them, you know? Wouldn't that be great?
Left leg, then right leg.
Yeah.
Then left leg. Quicker if he's running away from you.
But wouldn't that be great if it's really patronising? Going undercover does not mean turning up with a duvet on your head.
This is how it was reported in Metro. These are the photographs they showed. My favourite bit is your utility belt should only contain items issued by the Force.
Lightsaber.
A lightsaber, basically. Yeah, a lightsaber. Only a lightsaber.
Oh, that'd be great if you just had a tiny Yoda. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Actually, that sounds like a euphemism for a penis.
I do have one.
I have
What else are they keeping in the utility belt? What else are they doing?
Mace.
Oh, I got some breath mints and some lube. Mind you, lube would be useful enough. I can get you out of the crash car, but you will smell of sexy cherry for a while.
It's also saying the correct way to be a policeman is to be 2/3 of the size.
Budget costs you.
Yeah, smaller policeman,
Yeah.
easier to dress. I know that your PPV, which I think is personal protection vest, I think it's like the anti-stab vest, must be worn over your shirt. Now, I can see what the problem is here, because I'd imagine lots of them wore them under the shirt, so that people go, oh my God, you've been stabbed, and they go, no! Yes, the answer I was looking for was Blair's memoirs' incredible sales. This is a story that ex-Prime Minister Tony Blair has finally published, A Journey, his hotly anticipated account of his time in power.
It's basically, he'd been accused of sexing up a dossier, and now he has sexed up a dossier, basically. You went after he's going, oh, I devoured Cherie, or whatever it was. You weren't sure what he was going to put next, I flopped out my weapon of mass destruction. And 45 minutes later, it launched.
What weakness does Blair reveal?
Mini baby bells. He can't get enough of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
No, he's drinking. It was really hilarious because he said, yeah, I was a bit of a drinker, but all he had was half a bottle of wine a night. My mate once got so drunk he woke up in a river.
This would be the worst AA meeting ever. It'd be so dull as well, because the other... OK, tell us about yourself. Well, Duncan's basically, he's lost his kids, he's found himself homeless on the street. How about you, Tony? Well, first of all, hi, guys. Occasionally, I have a second glass of wine after dinner. Group hug.
Although, in fairness, his drinking did lead to invading a country.
Yeah, which makes the UN the international equivalent of a woman in a car park going, leave him, Tarek, he's nowhere there!
The UN made him the Middle East peace envoy after he'd started 2 wars in the Middle East. It would be like making the woman who chucked that cat in a wheelie bin an RSPCA inspector. As Prime Ministers go, it's nothing, isn't it?
No, it isn't.
Churchill used to have a bottle of champagne for lunch, have another one apparently in the evening, have 3 scotches, 2 brandies and a highball. So you think, well, it's no wonder he didn't want to appease Hitler, was it? He was well up for a scrap, wasn't he?
Yeah, but to be fair, no, what people forget about Churchill, when Churchill was doing the we shall fight them on the beaches, yeah, he was 25 at the time. That lifestyle, he died at 32. That lifestyle really... Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't go, oh, we're going to fight them on the beaches and we'll fight them in the pubs, outside the pubs, in the kebab shops.
If they
look at our women, we'll twat them then.
We're in a late-night garage and we want more fags.
It's Churchill that he said later in life his greatest regret was never winning the Second World War. Didn't remember a thing.
He also, let's be honest, he looked quite like you.
And you are...
As an insult.
Say it in... No, he did. I'd say that as a compliment.
Yeah,
Try
you would take that as a compliment.
Yeah.
He was a
we will
big
fight
round
them on the
man.
beaches.
Yeah.
Say that.
We will fight them on the beaches.
I sound like the Churchill dog.
That was Tommy Cooper. We will fight them.
Tommy Cooper.
Who is that?
I don't know who that is, but I think they've usually got a carer with them.
Say this. Never in the field of human conflict.
I'm not doing Churchill impersonations for you.
Do it sexy. Do sexy Churchill.
Sexy Churchill. I will fight you on the beach. What on earth is this?
That's Kerry Katona, isn't it?
That is a badger that was found on the road and they haven't bothered to paint the white line over it. Which is massively oversensitive, because if there's one animal in the world that isn't going to worry about having a white line...
Do you know the worst thing about this story? The worst thing? Bodger has to work on his own now.
Aren't there always gaps in white lines? I mean, that's what normally happens anyway. Is that always dead badgers? Is that the system? They're just going to put a dead badger down, move on the line a bit, and another dead badger then on.
I don't think you can really safely overtake within that gap. I know people who drive in the countryside who would try to overtake within that gap. Here's the gap, quick! That's probably how the badger got killed in the first place.
They avoided painting it, but if they did paint it, there'd also be a story. So I'm kind of in the middle of the road on this one.
I think what they should have done, right, they should have actually continued the white line, but round the outline of the badger like it was some sort of murder investigation.
I say, like this?
Yeah.
Very good. Look at that.
I've actually eaten dead badger roadkill.
Have you?
Really?
Yeah, he did.
Shall I tell you what it tasted of?
What's the taste of?
Badger. No, I have. I had a meal of badger, I had otter in a meal called risotto, and I had blackbird rather, in a pie.
Oh, just that.
It was really nice.
Is this when you were working in nursery rhymes?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I did for a programme.
What programme was that? Let's make you eat weird shit.
It was a programme where you had to do things that you'd never done, and I said I'd never had roadkill, so I ate roadkill.
But hang on, I know the programme you mean. It's a programme where you're supposed to do things you've never done that other people have done, though. It was called Never Seen Star Wars, and then you were just slightly out of step with the population. You're not out of step with the population with having never eaten roadkill. I don't think what? He's never eaten roadkill? We've got a Lord Snooty over here. Fished his dinner off the tarmac once in a while.
You've just been very... No, it was nice.
In an effort to cheer up the badger, Paul Gascoigne was seen in the area with an empty bottle of Cava, a can of Spam, and a Savage Garden CD.
Our next round is called Newsreel. We play in a recent piece of footage featuring people in the news and ask you to suggest what might be being said. This week's clip features the royal family.
Well, how you doing? How you doing? Well, what can I tell you? Well, the Democrats had a choice between a woman and a black man, and they went for the black man. Can you believe it? Well, I can't really believe that was the choice. Yes, well, how charming. Does anybody know who that was? Was that Judith Chalmers? Bloody dreadful woman. Oh, hello, darling. Eyebrows still black, I see. When they go white, we'll know we're all in the shit. Oh, God, oh, God, oh, God.
Oh, terribly sorry, I dropped my Oyster card. Anyway, can't wait, I've got to see the Queen, I think.
Hello, are you a giant?
Oh, God, I hate these things. Oh, God. So tedious. I'd much rather be doing something else, like shooting someone or... Oh, hang on. No, wait a minute. This is the guy I'm waiting for. I'm absolutely starving. I'll have 2 lamb sanders and a pressure iron. Then hurry up about it.
Philip, please, that is the President of India.
Yes, that's the restaurant we always go to.
These are the leaders of the free world. Please try not to say anything offensive.
Oh, I never do. What do you mean? Oh, my God, there are thousands of them. It's like bloody Dover. You can't come in here. We haven't got any room. We're a tiny country. What are you thinking of? Go... Oh, hello. Are you Korean? Yes. I love your culture. Yes. Don't worry, I've locked up the corgis.
Well done, you. In a recent report, what has Britain come top in?
We're the fattest people in Europe.
Yes, you are. You are the fattest. I say you are. Ireland, number 2. Just behind you. Just behind you.
That's an example, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whenever they show fat people on the news, they never show their faces, do they? They always show them from the middle area. And you're thinking, if we're really trying to lose weight, maybe they should show their faces and go, look at this one!
Look at this one. This is your policy. Shaming of the obese. This one is very fat. Chase them! Chase them with sticks! And if they will not run, put Mars on the end of the stick and dangle it. Dangle it in front of them. Run them around in a circle like a horse training for dressage. Just slowly around and around the circle.
The point is, the supermarkets are saying we're doing everything to try and help people be healthier, and you think, no, they're not. The supermarkets couldn't care less. If they really cared about our health, they would give us trolleys which were harder to push to give us a cardiovascular workout, and they'd make the chocolate and biscuit aisle only a foot wide so fat people can get...
In other news, why are Druids celebrating at the moment?
They're officially a religion.
Yes, they are.
It's a great... They've officially... But granted by the Charities Commission, they are now officially a religion, which makes you wonder what the problem was before, that they weren't, I don't know, wishy-washy enough to be a religion. Like, well, what do you worship? Nature. Nah, nature exists.
If they are legally now a religion, that presumably means they can set up faith schools.
Be fantastic.
There'd be Druidic schools. Like, you'd have to move to the Stonehenge catchment area to get your child into the really good one. And it'd be the only school in the world where pupils would be actively encouraged to draw naked men with a big cock and ball.
You have all these middle-class parents trying to forge a letter from the local Wiccan shaman.
I once had a Druid who came to work in my garden, which is a bit weird. But he was 3 hours late one day to work in the garden, and it was the most brilliant excuse I've ever heard. He said, I would apologise for being late, but I'm afraid I don't believe in the concept of time.
Did you not point out that you were paying him by the hour?
I did, yeah.
The school I went to in Wiltshire is the site of Merlin's Mound, so it's like a big... on the solstice, all these Druids used to go there, and we used to obviously rip the piss out of them. And it was brilliant, because it happened every year. They were out, I'd be doing, like, science, and there'd be all these Druids, like, wailing and throwing their sticks in the air and shit like that. And we'd all be taking the piss. And one year, my teacher, a man that I respected, I was taking the piss out of all the Druids, and he said, Whitehall, I don't know why you're laughing. You know they like to sacrifice virgins. Boom! Boom! Unbelievable.
Top work. We gotta book that guy. He's good. Why has health and safety been in the news this week?
Because Cameron says he's going to get rid of it.
Yes. Which came a little bit too late for BP.
Yeah.
It's a stupid thing to do, to try and get rid of health and safety, because essentially we have evolved ourselves out of a position where we have any natural predators. The only natural predators humans have are ourselves and peanuts. We're doing the best because we're stupid. Health and safety is getting in the way of evolution. 10,000 people last year in this country were admitted to A&E having injured themselves putting their trousers on. Right? They're firing themselves out of cannons into their trousers. They caught themselves in the zip, right? Which is hideous, yes, but at least they can't breed anymore. That is evolution, and health and safety will stop that.
Imagine making that phone call, though. Hello! Got my dick in my trousers, and I want to sue. My trousers.
My old teacher's mate was testing some reinforced concrete cages. You know, reinforced concrete cages with concrete covering it, and they show you the cage out the back. And he jumped off backwards, being a bit of a lad, and split up the front of himself, and didn't notice until a couple of seconds later when his bollocks fell out of his jeans. He drove himself to hospital, right, holding his balls in one hand and putting them on his lap to change gear. got to the A&E, and the woman said, "How can I help you?" And he went...
I bet there was somebody sat in A&E just eating a Scotch egg, like...
Sorry. I bet there's somebody in the A&E with a slightly hurt elbow going, I'm going to be longer than I thought now. I've been moved down by Mr. Hear Me Balls.
There was an incredible story about, well, it's not incredible, but about health and safety, that trainee hairdressers aren't allowed scissors. Which is pretty... Imagine that. What are they going to do? Just use their teeth? This is Sandra, she's going to chew your perm out.
In other news, which celebrity's voice has been voted top in a recent survey to find the nation's favourite sat-nav voice?
I think you're overselling this, but is it Sir Sean Connery?
It's supposed to be Sir Sean Connery, yes, there was some sort of poll.
Tell us about it, Dara.
Yeah, I don't really want to tell you about it. Who did he beat in second place?
Was it Dara?
He beat me. He beat me into second place.
That's it. And who was in third place? George Clooney.
Yeah,
eh?
yeah, I beat Clooney. Yeah. Thank you. And he is gutted.
And Dara, how long has your mother been running these surveys? Why would you want Dara on your sat-nav? Well, never stop. You're like, turn left here, turn left, turn left. You want to turn left. You want to turn left. You want to get there, you have to turn left. You have to turn left there. You're going to... What do you do for a living? What do you do? What do you do? You want to go straight over the end, but that's the second exit.
Yeah. My great problem is that I haven't been living here that long. I'm like to go, no, I don't know where that is, actually.
Dara, do you know why I think you should have won? Because your name is an anagram of I Road Brain. Your name is an anagram of...
road brain.
I road brain.
A road brain.
Yeah, Mickey's looking forward to Carol Vorderman's warm-up act.
You know, I've not got a lot on at the moment.
This sounds a bit clang, I once got an email from Stephen Fry telling me that he was sitting in an airport in Africa, and did I know my surname was an anagram of Nairobi? It's very difficult what to write back. Thanks, Stephen.
You're very much mistaken if you think that sounds like a clanger. That sounds like a clanger.
OK, thank you. The end of that. Stop being noises.
Sorry? Where's the soup dragon?
Yes, the question I was looking for was, how much time has Delhi had to prepare for the crisis-hit Commonwealth Games, which reports claim are still not ready? The city won the right to host the Games in 2003, but the build-up to the event has been plagued by fears that facilities and accommodation might not be complete on time and to a safe standard. So what's been going wrong?
Well, the ceiling of the weightlifting area collapsed. I mean, that's fantastic, isn't it? And there he is. He's holding up 200 kilograms and the roof!
What they had removed from one of the rooms in the Athletes' Village?
A snake.
A snake, a cobra, was in one of the bedrooms in South Africa. And they said, I don't know what you're worried. We gave you a basket and a small horn. Play the horn and the cobra will go back into the basket. A cobra! Like, that's a valid safety complaint, surely.
But it's a double whammy as well. You get bitten by a cobra, they give you an anti-venom, and then they disqualify you for having an illegal substance in your bloodstream.
What animals have been brought in?
Camels.
No, not camels, no.
Penguins.
Not penguins.
Bears.
No, monkeys.
Is it a narwhal?
It's not a narwhal. Stop naming random animals, right?
Is it a muskrat?
It's not a muskrat. I've already said the word monkeys while you carried on naming it.
Is it monkeys?
It's monkeys. Well done, yeah. It is monkeys. Trained monkeys have been brought in. Langur monkeys are called. And what are they there to do?
Move in sofas.
Yeah.
No.
Sell T-shirts.
No, they're there to stop other monkeys getting into the...
They're monkey bouncers.
They're monkey bouncers. They got a list of other monkeys.
Your species isn't down, you're not coming in.
Sorry. And if you don't back away, I will fling shit at you, all right?
Because the plumbing's rubbish. They're there to test in case the baths are too hot. If they get in and they go... It could mean either, to be honest.
I was trying to think of what is the worst event, right, to do if you've got the shits, right? And I thought weightlifting. That has got to be the worst, isn't it? You know, you push up the whole idea that every action has an equal and opposite reaction.
So what's going on here?
Is it monkeys?
No, I haven't got to get them. They're going to show you a picture in a minute. They're going to show you a picture in a second. Julia, take the picture away. Take the picture away from them. They don't deserve it. OK. OK, at the end of that round, what the hell? Point for everyone. Come on back. Come on back. Get up. Out. How exhausted were you?
Can I do it without falling?
Yeah, you can do it without falling.
The gay is falling.
That's part of the thing. But yeah, of course.
Because it opens you... What?
What?
It's not earpieces.
My earpiece is 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, really? All this time have they been shouting? Oh, that's fantastic.
From underneath, they'll be going...
I thought it was elves.
Back post! This is just introduction to old age for you.
Yeah. Next, you'll be losing your hair.
How's that?
He's only a guest! A very fine guest.
It's further part of the big society. If they're volunteering, you've got to give them some perks.
Yeah. My Peruvian boy down here is furious, aren't you?
So, the police have been probably... Stop it. We are genuinely filming this shit. Could you stop throwing stuff? I mean, that seems, you know, that you're not... I know this bit isn't all about you, but don't break open the sweets just yet, all right? OK. Where the police were having problems with the e-fit technology?
It was rude.
OK. Would it help you if half of the performers weren't eating bananas?
Hey, with the monkeys.
Yeah. So, seriously, you'd like the bananas to pause just for a second? Yeah. OK.
Don't,
Jared, we'll get a banana. Oh, we'll get you some grapes. What greengrocers are we fucking turning into here?
Sorry.
My mouth. Oh. Get it fucking down. Don't fucking hug me. Come on. No Russell Howard tonight, as he's off working on the next series of his own show for the BBC Three. But we start with a round called, if this is the answer, what is the question?
You said the BBC Three.
Shut up.
You did say the BBC Three.
Shut up, I'd like to get out of here at some stage
Well,
tonight.
maybe you shouldn't have fucked it up then.
Shut up.
Maybe you should have said either the BBC or BBC Three. No one says the BBC Three.
I call it the BBC Three, right? I say...
Are you a big fan of the Oasis?
He's going to be shit as a sat-nav, isn't he? Turn the right.
OK, here we go. The first subject is unlikely things to hear at a party conference.
As a woman, I would give a different answer. But the operation's not for 3 months, so it doesn't...
It's Blunkett. Shh, he'll think we've all gone. I never really wanted to be Labour leader. It's just my parents always favoured my older brother, and I just wanted to piss them all off.
Right, so they always say start with a gag. So, there's these 2 Muslim guys, right? I touched the mic. They told me off before for touching the mic, so you'll...
She told you off for touching Mike.
No. It's all wonky. Sorry, I don't want to ruin everything.
That has made all the difference.
Yeah, that's better.
I'm going home.
Sorry, Hugh.
Milk
bread, germaloids. I believe I have been reading from the wrong piece of paper.
I like to see myself as a perfect compromise between Ed Balls and David Miliband. I am David Milliballs.
Right then, conference, it's time to choose our new leader using the traditional method. Professor Dumbledore, pass me the sorting hat.
Come on, fellow Lib Dems, say it with me. No, we can't. No, we can't.
All the pimps and hoes in the room, make some noise!
What do I think of the TUC? Let me tell you, they are some of my favourite cheese biscuits.
I am not in the power of the unions. There, I've said it, now let my children go.
It is not ourselves we have to convince, comrades, it is the British public, and they are fucking stupid.
OK, the next topic is things you wouldn't hear in a cookery show.
No, that's definitely a poodle.
Today, I brought along chicken tonight, but I'm going to have it tomorrow. Smash the system.
So finally, just pour on the milk, and there you have it. Cereal.
And remember, you must eat the brain to get their power.
A lot of people recommend washing your hands after handling raw meat, but it's just as easy to let a dog lick them or to wipe them on a relative.